welcome. You're watching the Newshour Agenda, India's most loved primetime show at 10. I'm Padmaja Joshi. The Congress today staged a protest against unemployment and price rise across the country. Leading the charge for the party were Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. Today morning, all MPs and senior leaders of the Congress turned up in black as decided and marched towards Rashtrapati Bhavan and the Prime Minister's residence in Delhi. Inside and outside Parliament, in Delhi or anywhere else in the country, all the leaders wore black as a mark of their protest. But by evening came a twist. The BJP linked this protest in black to the anniversary of the Ram Mandir Bhumi Pujan and claimed that the party had deliberately worn black today on an auspicious day in order to mock and hurt practicing Hindus.
कांग्रेस ने आज का दिन इसीलिए विरोध के लिए और विशेषकर काले कपड़ों में विरोध के लिए सिलेक्ट किया है कि वो एक सटल मैसेज देना चाहते हैं कि हम राम जन्मभूमि के शिलान्यास का विरोध करते हैं और अपनी तुष्टीकरण की नीति को वो आगे बढ़ाना चाहते हैं। और मैं तो यही कहना चाहूंगा कि तुष्टीकरण की नीति न देश के लिए अच्छी है न कांग्रेस के लिए अच्छी है।
5 अगस्त की तिथि को श्री राम जन्मभूमि मंदिर निर्माण कार्य के शुभारंभ दिवस के दिन, अयोध्या दिवस के दिन, माननीय उच्चतम न्यायालय के सम्मान दिवस के दिन राम भक्तों को अपमानित करने वाला कांग्रेस का यह आचरण एक बार फिर जग जाहिर हुआ है।
The most dramatic face-off of the day was between the Delhi police and Priyanka Vadra when the cops stopped her from her Mission PM house gherao. The Congress then alleged large-scale manhandling and ill-treatment of the leaders in order to muzzle the voice of dissent.
इनको लगता है कि जितने भी इनके विपक्ष में जो कुछ कहता है उनको ये दबा सकते हैं और इनको ये लगता है कि दबाने के बाद ऐसे अपनी फोर्स दिखाने के बाद हम चुपचाप से समझौता करके बस में बैठ जाएंगे इनके साथ। तो क्यों करें हम तो एक मकसद से है ना यहाँ। हमारा मकसद ये है कि हम इनके मंत्री कह रहे हैं इनको महंगाई नहीं दिखती तो हम पीएम हाउस तक चल के महंगाई दिखाना चाहते हैं। चाहे गरीब हो चाहे मिडिल क्लास के हो, सब तरस रहे हैं, सब तड़प रहे हैं और कोई कुछ ना बोले।
Which is why by evening, when the BJP had linked the black clothes protest to the Ram Mandir, the Congress called it nothing more than a sign of nervousness and evidence that the protest had finally hit home. It is an issue that affects each and every person. It hits people's pockets on a daily basis, and which is why the BJP, the Congress said, is playing now on the sentiments of people and trying to give it a religious polarizing twist. So is the temple twist to the Congress's protest an attempt to try and put the party on the back foot, to try and reach out to the emotional side of the entire issue by linking it to the Ram Mandir? Is there any real truth to this even, or just a conspiracy theory? And what really is the target? Because if we just look at the protest itself, what was the target of the protest? Price rise or parivar?
You're watching the News Hour at 10. Debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Joining us now on the debate, Dr. Sumansi Raman, political analyst, Ehtesham Hashmi, lawyer, Gokul Chandran, political analyst, Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. But right at the beginning, I want to go to former Union Minister, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, right at the top. By evening, we were told, Ravi Shankar ji, that the Congress wore black clothes deliberately because today is the anniversary of the Bhumi Pujan. Doesn't that seem like a strange twist to what was essentially a price rise protest?
I think in the morning I responded on behalf of the party to the press of Rahul Gandhi ji. I mentioned these things. I also meant today the day of the revocation of Article 370. Another milestone day. What kind of message is being given? Let's be very clear about some facts. Congress as an opposition party has got every right to have a position, dharna of arrest. But was it that simple? 2 days ago we had a big debate in the Lok Sabha and the Raj Sabha. Did Rahul Gandhi participate? Congress members showered abuses on us. Free and frank discussion. shows on your channel. How did he say today that our voice is being shut? Number one. Number two, how can Rahul Gandhi humiliate India's democracy? There is no democracy in India. पद्मजा, अगर देश के लोग उनको वोट नहीं देते हैं, 14 में हार गए, 19 में हार गए, बहन ने कहा बहन हूं लड़ सकती हूं यूपी में, वहां 2 सीट मिली, तो हम क्या करें? Then you will blame the election commission? You are on bail. Your questioning application of 420 and 120B in scandalous corruption of National Herald appropriation of 5,000 crores was rejected by the court. You will shower an indirect attack on the judiciary. During the COVID, did you show yourself vaccinated to tell the country that you are with the people, the scientists who have brought great laurels to India? This is Rahul Gandhi's thing. You will humiliate the democracy of India. You will defame the people of India. Indian democracy is being talked globally. And therefore, I can only say what I said in the morning. बहाना है महंगाई, महंगाई बहाना है, असल नियत ईडी को डराना, धमकाना और परिवार को बचाना है. Just Padmaja, tell me one thing. Is there any democracy in the Congress party? Do they have elections in the party? Does the leadership think beyond the family? The sister and brother and the mother? What moral right they have to talk of democracy?
But Ravi Shankar ji, here is the curious part. सुबह जब आपने इस पूरे प्रोटेस्ट के बारे में बोला था, you said that ईडी निशाना है, ईडी को डराना है, तो शाम को ये भूमि पूजन वाला एंगल किधर से आ गया? क्योंकि now the Congress is saying that ultimately when the BJP is on the back foot, the first weapon of choice is polarize. The Ram Mandir is an emotional issue. The moment you bring in the Ram Mandir, bread and butter issues will suddenly get sidetracked. Are you trying to take the pressure off from real bread and butter issues like Mengai?
Let me tell you very clearly, we are not afraid of the Dharna of the Congress party. Let them do so. People of India trust the leadership of Narendra Modi Ji. They are repeatedly giving mandate to the people, to the BJP and the NDA, and they will do so again in 24 in Gujarat and other places. That is not the issue. The issue is very simple. Why did you choose 5th? You could have gone on 6th also. If the Congress party is unaware of the significance of these 2 days, are we at all not entitled to tell it to the people of the country? Now coming to the price rise, I must briefly allow me to share on your channel, Padmaja. Is that 10% inflation in America or not? England or not? 9%, same is Italy, same is France. The global institutions have said India is handling it very well. 200 crore vaccination, 80 crore people being given free food, we reduced the excise, and we have done so many things. India has been the biggest recipient of FDI during these COVID periods. Now in this light, we have never said that there is no problem. But the problem is because of factors beyond our control. And we are the best to navigate and control it. What Rajasthan is doing, what Chhattisgarh is doing, the Chhattisgarh is not even allowing to construction of housing for the poor people. We have to say we will have to stop it. Therefore, let us not go on that. The point is, under Narendra Modi regime, corruption has been stopped. Middlemen have no entry in the corridors of power. This pains. There is no cut in defense deals. This pains Congress party. But if Congress party and the family thinks they are beyond the realm of law, sorry Rahul Gandhi, you will have to be accountable. You have to face the might of law. That's all.
When you talk about the choice of date as the 5th of August, what possibly could the Congress gain by trying to belittle the Ram Mandir Bhumi Pujan? They welcomed it. They said, Ram Mandir ka hum welcome karte hain. Mr. Gandhi himself says, I am a Shiv Bhakt. Priyanka ji herself goes, she went to Kumbh, she's been to Prayagraj. Ayodhya they go and worship as well, Congress leaders, if not the Gandhis in particular. Why would they choose something which would politically be suicidal? What could they possibly gain by ridiculing?
The reply is very simple. Symbolism under compulsion of vote bank politics is one thing. Respecting Sanatan Dharma and Hindu faith by way of commitment is entirely different. Did you hear Rahul Gandhi's speech today? How he said that ugly forces are raising their heads? I don't want to digress the debate today, but Rahul Gandhi's views are too well known. But since you have asked me a question, let me put it straight to you. Have you heard a word of condemnation from Rahul Gandhi or Sar Tan Se Juda? I mean it. I mean it. It was the time for Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Sonia Ji to openly come out that we don't appreciate this kind of radical approach and violence against innocent people. Mr. Gehlot has to take action after he was castigated. Do I have to say it something more? What happened in Triple Talaq? They opposed it, a lady leader like Sonia Gandhi. Therefore, let us not talk about that. Today is not the issue. And have they been consistently following Ram Janmabhoomi? Rahul Gandhi today talked of democracy. What happened in emergency? Committed judiciary, JP Morarji Bhai, Vajpayee ji getting arrested, RSS being banned. Today also again castigating RSS, a great nationalist organization. What is all this? What kind of signals are being given? Today RSS is irrelevant in a price rise debate. Democracy is being castigated, RSS is being castigated, all the institutions, and above all, she is brazen comment, give me all these institutions, I will win the elections. This is the biggest insult to Indian democracy which Rahul Gandhi has caused today. फिर कहेंगे पद्मजा, आपको देश के लोग वोट नहीं देते हैं, अब तो सब इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वोटिंग मशीन से होता है, तो फिर हम क्या करें आपका?
All right. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, really appreciate you joining us and speaking to us. Interesting that the BJP now saying that Rahul Gandhi and the Congress party is challenging not just the symbols of our democracy, but in particular symbols of one community and religion as well. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Let me open this up to our panel. Joining us now, Sanju Verma. I'll again ask the first question to you. Is your party on the back foot?
Padmaja, first and foremost, that was a very illuminating interview. I just want to, without beating around the bush, say very clearly to you, should price rise, unemployment, state of the economy be debated in the parliament? Yes. Does the opposition have the right to carry out protests in a democracy? Of course, yes. They can wear black bandanas and black t-shirts and carry out protests. But, if there is a section 144 imposed, you do not have the right to break police barricades. If in February 2016, May 2017 and September 2018, the Supreme Court, the Patiala House Court and the Delhi High Court have consecutively refused to quash proceedings against accused number 1 and accused number 2, Sonia Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi in the National Herald case, and you use those judgments to belittle the judiciary. You belittle the electoral process by saying, मेरे पास यदि सारा ढांचा हो, यदि सब institutions मेरे पास हो, तो मैं भी चुनाव जीत सकता हूँ. I think that was a very telling statement by Rahul Gandhi on the scant regard he has for democratic institutions.
Okay, so let's just take this one by one. First, let's talk about the issue that the Congress stated is their purpose today, which was price rise. This is an issue you cannot wish away. There is price rise. There is inflation. The repo rate was also raised today. Is that the reason why you are trying to blame the protests on National Herald investigation, saying that they are insulting Hindus, that they deliberately did it to mock Ram Mandir, because the protests are hitting home? Let's face it, protests across the country and people are looking at it and wondering, boss, महंगाई तो है.
Okay, Padmaja. क्वेश्चन पूछा है तो महंगाई है, तो मैं इस बात से इनकार नहीं कर रही हूँ, but we have to look at everything in the right perspective. I will not even give the argument that US has inflation of 9.1%, UK of 8.6%, Sri Lanka of 40%. I'm not going to go that road and make odious comparisons. My simple argument is this. that we have had 2 black swan events. In 2019-20, we had a global pandemic for the first time in over 100 years. In 2022, we barely started recovering from the pandemic, and I'm talking of the entire globe. We had the Russia-Ukraine conflict. I'm not even, no, Padmaja, let me take 20 seconds. Now the point is there is supply disruption when you have 2 black swan events, in a row. But, I want to tell one thing to the audience of Padmaja Joshi. The last 8-year average of retail inflation under the Modi government is 4.9%. Under Manmohan Singh, it was 8.4%. Under Narasimha Rao, it was 10.49%. Under Indira Gandhi, it was again 8.4%.
That might be the case. But see, here's the thing. All this while you kept saying there is no opposition in the country. Today on an emotive issue, the opposition of the country is on the roads and they are visible. I'm again going to ask you, is this putting you on the back foot? There is a visible opposition there, even if for a day.
Padmaja, I think you asked me the toughest questions and I have no qualms about that. I think the best example of political legitimacy in a democracy is finally at the hustings. And the election issues, if you keep them aside, I'm not even talking of Lok Sabha 2014 or Lok Sabha 2019, come on. We won 4 out of 5 states that went into polls a couple of months back with a strike rate of 80%. Congress party won 2 seats in Uttar Pradesh and you think they have political legitimacy? Are you kidding me?
Well, with the same logic, then Mamata Banerjee is a much better chief minister than the BJP because she got 2 back-to-back mandates in West Bengal.
And she lost Tripura. She lost Goa.
She wasn't in Tripura, but anyway, let's... Okay. Okay, let's move on from there. She had no presence in Tripura. She was trying to make inroads, but anyway, let's move on. Ehtesham Hashmi, is there an effort to try and mock Hindu faith? It's a very serious charge. And let me read to you what Yogi Adityanath said. He is saying that Congress has been protesting normally in their normal clothes all of these days. Why did they choose today, the 5th of August, to wear black and come out on the streets? Was this meant to target a community? Ehtesham Hashmi.
Actually, these days, few BJP leaders and few BJP ministers are behaving like a kindergarten kid. They don't know the significance of black color in Hindu religion. Have you seen the Lord Krishna? Have you seen the deity of Lord Krishna? It was in black color. Have you seen the deity of Bhagwan Shani? The largest statue of Bhagwan Shani we have seen, it is in black stone. And black symbolize the power, the authority. And when we went to go to fight with enemies, then we should wear black. So black color is the form of power. And I have seen Ma Durga Kali in black form. I have seen Lord Krishna. I have seen Lord Shani. So these few Hindu leaders who are behaving like a kid, they cannot criticize that Rahul Gandhi was wearing a black color. This is my first answer towards your question, Padmaja. And I'm really grateful that you posed me this question. Being a Muslim, it's a matter of pride for me that I know Hindu religion as I know my Muslim religion. Because as an Indian, we must have our command on all kinds of religion. I have learned few things from Bhagwan Shri Ram. Let me complete first.
Okay.
I have learned few things from Bhagwan Shri Ram. Honesty, forgiveness, justice, equality. We should talk about equality. We should talk about justice. And what is Ram Raj? If you may allow me, I may pose one single question to my honorable sister appearing on the another side, that what is Ram Raj? Can she tell me the definition of Ram Raj? राम राज्य की सबसे सरल परिभाषा पद्मजा जी मैं आपको बताता हूं. एक बार मैं ट्रेन में सफर कर रहा था तो किसी ने पूछा, एक बहुत बड़े संत बैठे हुए थे, बीजेपी के संत नहीं थे, वो हमारे संत थे, हिंदू मुस्लिम के संत थे. उनसे पूछा गया कि भगवान श्री राम के बारे में अक्सर कहा जाता है कि राम राज्य जाएगा, तो राम राज्य है कहा है क्या? तो मैं आज आपके चैनल के माध्यम से सारे देशवासियों को बताना चाहता हूं कि राम राज्य क्या है. एक माँ की गोदी में जब एक बच्चा सोता रहता है और वो बिना किसी डर भय के वो अपनी माँ की गोद में नींद पूरी करता है ना, उस अवस्था को राम राज्य कहते हैं. तो क्या ये राम राज्य ये हिंदूवादी जो फर्जी नेता है क्या ये ला सकते हैं? और अपना failure just by chanting Jai Shri Ram, they can't hide their failure. They can't hide their incompetence.
Okay, don't hide behind Lord Ram, Sanju Verma. Don't hide behind him. And Ehtesham Hashmi ने आपको एग्जाम्पल से दिया है कि to equate the color black with an insult is itself not cutting us.
Let me just 1 second. Padmaja, just
okay, you made your opening point. Let us respond to it. It has been pleasant so far. Let's keep it pleasant. Yes. Go on, Sanju Verma.
Yes. Mr. Hashmi, I did not interrupt you. Thank you. You know, Padmaja, Mr. Hashmi ने राम राज्य पर कुछ बहुत अच्छे व्यूज दिए और मुझे जानकर खुशी हुई कि he spoke about honesty, equality, fearlessness, righteousness, which is what Ram Rajya is all about. I will tell you one thing. अभी आप ये मत कहना कि बीजेपी की प्रवक्ता है तो ऐसा बोल रही हैं. राम राज्य के तहत सबसे अहम खूबी ये होती है कि सबसे शोषित, वंचित, सबसे गरीब हैं, उनको कैसे ऊपर लाया जाए. And let me tell you, world's largest financial inclusion program, Jan Dhan योजना, जिसके तहत 45 crore accounts have been opened for the poor. कब हुआ? पिछले 8 सालों में. 80 करोड़ गरीबों को हर महीने कोविड महामारी के दौरान मुफ्त खाना किसने खिलाया? नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार ने. आयुष्मान भारत, दी वर्ल्ड लार्जेस्ट हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस स्कीम, किसने इसका शिलान्यास किया? नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार ने. तो आप जब राइटियसनेस, फियरलेसनेस, इक्वालिटी, ये सब की परिभाषा जानना चाहते हैं तो जनधन योजना के बारे में बोलिए, आयुष्मान भारत के बारे में कुछ बोलिए, गरीब कल्याण योजना के बारे में बोलिए. इसलिए यहाँ बैठकर भाषण देना आसान है. राहुल गांधी को क्या आज का ही दिन मिला था जब राम जन्मभूमि के शिलान्यास की जयंती थी? क्या
आज ही का दिन मिला था? ओके, वी सर्कल बैक टू दैट. आज ही का दिन मिला था. गोकुल चंद्रन, सुमन सी रमन, गोकुल चंद्रन, यू गो फर्स्ट. आज ही का दिन मिला था. यू आर ऑल्सो वेयरिंग ब्लैक.
Yeah, good evening. Yeah. Good evening, Padmaja. See, the BJP spokesperson, when they open their mouth, the words are taking its own course without any control.
What is this, Padmaja?
When we are asking about idli and dosa, when we are talking about idli and dosa,
Mr. Gokul Chandran, though, knew he had needled you, then he gave a pause because he expected a reaction, but he was disappointed today. So anyway, finish your point. Don't have to needle everyone. Like I said, let's keep it pleasant today for a change, Gokul Chandran. Go on.
Yeah, okay, sure. Okay, so what Mr. Amit Shah is telling, we can show how much low he thinks. He's a Home Minister of India. He has a respectable position, but very sadly, he has lowered his chair and lowered his grade. No, please. Sanju, please. Sanju,
Again,
please.
Not make
Sanju,
personal comments about people.
Sanju,
Sir, answer in substance.
Sanju, let me finish.
Why did he choose today to wear black? That is the question. Answer that.
Okay.
Not a dissertation on Amit Shah.
Because I am from Kerala, and when we visit Sabrimala, Lord Ayyappa, we wear black. So we consider this as a very holy color. So we doesn't mean that black is something unauspicious. We feel that black is a color of God. That's why we are wearing black. So you can take it that way also. Because people who mention black is unauspicious or something negative, they don't know about the South India, Kerala, the Sabrimala and all. So instead of talking on the point, instead of replying on the questions raised by opposition, it is very unfair for BJP and its spokesperson to talk negative things and to divert the issues. Today what happened? The Congress party hit the street and the whole nation is watching. And BJP is really rattled. So they are bringing up new issues.
But you are sure you'll keep up the momentum, Gokul Chandran?
Without Ayodhya, they cannot survive.
After quite a while, you are right. There was quite a push by the Congress, but it's been a while. But is this going to continue or this is it? And then there'll be like a long hiatus.
It will continue. We are going to...
Okay, rattled. Sanju Verma rattled.
Started, wait for September, October, November, December, you wait.
Okay, go on, Sanju Verma.
Okay. You know, Mr. Gokul Chandran, I don't know, whether Padmaja is wearing black or dark navy blue, but the fact is that, she clearly seems to be on the other side. But be that as it may, I'll just quickly point out one thing. We are not against black. Black is one of my favorites as well. let us go beyond these color-related semantics and dimensions. I just want to ask Gokul Chandran one thing. Show me one country.
Thank you.
Show me one country. Now, please listen to me carefully. Show me one country where you flout the Income Tax Act, you flout the Companies Act, you flout the PMLA Act, you buy into 5,000 crore worth of assets with just 50 lakh worth of rupees, and you don't want the investigative agencies to even probe you. निगाहें कहीं निशाना कहीं और है कांग्रेस का. They are rattled because the National Herald has been completely put in the dock.
But they are saying we are not even talking about the National Herald today. हम आज National Herald नहीं, हम प्याज टमाटर की बात कर रहे हैं.
पद्मजा जी, पेट में दर्द National Herald का है, पेट में दर्द महंगाई का नहीं है, पेट में दर्द बेरोजगारी का नहीं है.
सुमन रमन इज स्माइलिंग. सुमन रमन,
पेट का उबाल नेशनल हेरल्ड के चलते हो रहा है.
The first thing I want to point out is I find it fascinating that 2,000 crore worth assets as of last night on many debates is now 5,000 crores. I mean, this must be really dramatic appreciation in the value of those assets between last night and today. Because, you know, the ability to sort of spin a yarn is amazing. And this story of you know, how it was an insult to the Ram Janmabhoomi, you know, the Shilanyas, is incredible. When does the story come out? This is first reported in the evening of the day. The Congress announced this protest, as I remember, at least on 1st of August, if not earlier. Definitely on the 1st of August, it was in public domain. And assuming that they did not know at that stage that they were going to wear black, the whole day they wore black. And nobody thought of the Shilanyas and this black being worn as a protest for the Shilanyas. Suddenly by 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I mean, but you have to, you know, the BJP should publicly identify who is the person who came up with this idea, so that even something as innocuous as a protest against price rise can be given a communal polarization factor.
Okay, respond.
No, one point.
Quick rebuttal from Sanju Verma, because you asked for identification. Who came up with the idea, Sanju Verma?
Yeah, they should come and, you know, it would be nice.
Okay. Raman, first and foremost, you know, why this dichotomy between 2,000 crore and 5,000 crore? You know, at the time, you know, AGL decided to close down because it was lost.
No, yesterday on debate,
please let me, you know, I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you. I did not interrupt you, please. At the time, it decided to wind down operations. The book value of the assets was 2,000 crore or maybe slightly more. But as we speak today, the malls in Lucknow, Bhopal, Mumbai, Delhi, etc., the market value is more than 5,000 crore. I hope I've explained the difference to you between book value and market value of assets. Now I will answer the most important point. We have no problem. You wear black, you wear white, you dress up like a rainbow. But the fact is you chose the wrong occasion, because for Hindus, black is not auspicious. Though I've said, I mean, ideally, otherwise I would prefer black on most occasions. Point number 2, this is not about color dimensions. I will repeat. This is the same Congress party. I remember Shashi Tharoor's statement ahead of 2019 results being declared. He said if BJP comes to power again, there will be the resurrection of Hindu Taliban. After 26/11, the Congress said, "Ye to RSS ki sazish hai," because you people have been demonized.
Spoken 3 sentences. Let me finish my point.
Okay, Suman Raman, finish your point. Suman Raman, finish your point.
My point is very simple. I think the visuals, particularly the visuals of Priyanka Gandhi being manhandled by those policemen and being dragged, and particularly, I don't know whether you saw... Well, one second, I didn't interrupt her. Particularly, there was this video of a policewoman's elbow being planted on her neck. I don't know whether you played it out. I don't think you would have played it out, Padmaja, for obvious reasons.
No, hold on a second. Hold on a second. This is what is not okay. You're not even watching your TV. It is on your screens as you speak. This kind of disingenuous rubbish is very wrong and very unfair. I take strong objection to it, Suman Raman. It is very easy to sit there on a platform that is given to you and attribute motives wrongly to people.
Show me the video.
All right?
Show me the video.
All right. Hold your peace, play the video. I'll play it right now. It has been playing. You haven't even been seeing. Here it is on your screen. Here, right here. Here it is. This is the video. And we played it in the daytime. We played it in the evening. But anyway, I am not in any way desirous of a certificate from you. You can please complete your point and then say that democracy is dying and you're not being given a voice. Go on. Go on.
Where is the elbow on her neck? That video I'm talking
Just because
about.
you can't see it is not my problem.
I can't see
it. has been playing through the day. Okay, let's freeze. Let's freeze it because Mr. Sumansi Raman cannot see it clearly. Go on. Make your point and then say that democracy is dying in this country. Go on.
No. My point is very clear, Padmaja, and I think that the way you have reacted itself...
Here it is, here. This is the video you're talking about? It ran all day and it's running right now. But anyway, go on.
Video from another angle, very clear.
अब भैया आपसे पूछ के थोड़ी ना एंगल चलाएंगे. अब now, first you had a problem for obvious reasons you're not going to run it. Now it's run. Now you have a problem with different angle you are running. Anyway, we're not getting into a tutu meme asking for your certificate. Please go on.
Let me make my point.
Yes, make your point. Which is the whole point at the beginning. To make your point.
The whole point at the beginning is to make the point that these visuals have definitely unnerved the BJP. The fact that Priyanka Gandhi was clearly manhandled by the police, and the fact that the Congress was able to put up... Look, the Congress very clearly said that they were putting up a protest against the treatment of their leaders in the National Herald case last week, the previous week. Did they or did they not accept it? Today when they say it's price rise, you immediately come back and say, no. Actually, it is National Herald only. Then last week they said it's National Herald. Previous week they said it's National Herald. Why should this also be National Herald?
Okay, I'm going to end it at that. See, what has happened through the day is on your screens and has been on your screens through the day. The way the public perceives it, picks it up, and how far has the message managed to percolate to the public will depend on how well the BJP is able to firefight. This is a real issue. Has the Congress managed to capture imagination, or is this going to in any way dent the messaging that has happened through the day? We leave it to your judgment. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, and Sanju Verma for joining me.